Hello, good evening, and welcome to City and Inside Salone. We're get you live from Radio Montreal on FM 107.3. Me na Sidiki Fofana, and inside the program today, I deal with Alaji Alpha Tanujalo, we na the president of the Sierra Leone Importers Association. Good evening and welcome to the program, sir.
Fambo Leonardo.
Well, inside the program today, we look at the association information, how they're able to form the association. We'll also look at the activities and the loopholes on the imports and exports activities in the country. Once more, good evening to the program.
Yeah, Fambolem.
All right, okay. Same way, so we go look at some of the factors them way they behind the loans in drop one and the massive increase in the foreign rates. Well, first, let's start with you. The Sierra Leone Importers Association. Give me a brief background of this association, how it came about.
This association been formed some years back, in 1992, by some group of business people in the country. But because of their own level, they just keep it informal. They're not being even registered. But when the inspiration come where one Sierra Leonean been decide for go Dubai and decide for make we stop for do business at the region, because at that time when you look at what you call Sani Abacha Street today, it's very difficult to see black man there. When you look at Malamatomo Street, black man no they all we own business. It been so tiny that now Liberia and Guinea, maybe Banjul, they will be go by goose. So when Dr. White, they call him Dr. White now, Abdullah by Kamara, where they now Godre Street now. Okay. Now this guy God gave the inspiration, and our mentor, and our godfather in trade. He go Dubai. When he go Dubai, he come back. He see the place, then he tell we say no need for me to go Liberia. They go buy them things here now. In don't get access for go outside the people and they go buy them things here. We would go buy them at their hand. So he began for recruit 25 people in first trip. Then go when they come win at the second trip. That was 2001. Win at the second trip. We recruit 25. The time we come back, we been get some misfortune in Ghana. Ghana always not be in last flight. Before they come out Dubai, they reach Ghana, the flight's been not left.
All right, okay.
So 25 black man, 18 Lebanese and Indians. All man is scrabbled on one floor, the fence side for sleep. I just say this not being right, so I've been here for me the flight administration. Call the manager back. We been don't go home at the time. I talk about 9 to 10 o'clock at night. Okay. So we get for call them come back, tell them say no, this not right. Now when I say flight no day, so when I get for give a lodging place.
All right, okay.
We get for then Ghana for 2 weeks. Make sure all the people that we've been there they all long term back. So when we reach Salone, we then come back for selling property be another challenge. Anything where you go buy outside where you come with, they say, now this person get them, now that other person they get them, now this other person. So we're not been get market space at all. So we been get, we open another challenge, say no. Sierra Leoneans, we want to be business people and we self want to join the business community for over 120 years. Now, foreign people and do business that we learn and we self one join, now we get we own stake. So John Karim been there with we, so many products. But tell God thank you, we decide for form the organization one Saturday, as we decide for hold we self a meeting. I'm sorry, and at the time somebody just comes and say, no, let me not form this association. Now say we know to rebels. If they don't form the association, we're ready for join them. So we join the association, we meet the president, we meet the whole executive. But funnily at the time, with that whole executive, the organization will be registered.
All right, okay. So when you talk about the history of how this organization come about, in current status, how it is right now?
Well, for now, we don't try hard to run get international flavor. I think we contribute mainly on the West African policies like the ETLS, the ALISA, and the CET. We are a party on the discussion Abuja. We manage for take this thing now. We recruit Sierra Leoneans for travel all over the world, of course. We don't forget about the Guinea Library issue. And now Sierra Leoneans, we don't open offices now. China, we open offices now Dubai. And with the AGOA, we're there on the struggle now for opening another outlet in America so that Sierra Leoneans then go benefit from AGOA because the time we left is very tiny and 6 years left. If 6 years we're not able to do nothing, then automatically we're off. So now the work now where the association then they do.
Now, the formation of the association, let's look at the membership of it. You talk of the Lebanese and the Indians. Una still get members them away, na foreigners. We like don't come to this country for a very long time, but then they into the business and still get them to the association.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes, and when you take the history of trade in this country, you find out that people here don't do a lot. Then these are the third generation, maybe some of them are the fifth generation even. We're involved in business, so they're all our members. In fact, they say Sierra Leone importers. It's not tagged to one tribe or one people or one sector or whatever, one particular product. It's tagged on all importers in the country. The most interesting thing is most of the manufacturing companies are also members of Sierra Leone importers because they do import them products.
And these are people who really import different.
Yes, all type of products. Everything where you bring in this country. Now that the organization they struggle hard for making them get the legitimacy from the state so that they will regulate all importation because we get high prices, we get expired goods, we get so many challenges on the marketplace.
All right, okay. Now the general idea about importation in Sierra Leone, because people can say import and export, but like what's the general idea behind importing goods for can sell and also try for boost the economy?
When you talk about boosting the economy too in a state where import driven, to be honest with you, we just come in the fold, for sure. It's very, very difficult. One, a state for be an export-driven economy. But for be an import-driven economy, that takes a lot. Foreign exchange, as we cry over them, now because of they use too much foreign exchange for feed the importation sector. But importation at business as a whole, this is not the sector in life where no need much education. And that's to make with recruitment, most especially in the year 2000, 2001, 2003, when the war may end and rehabilitation may go on, we'll be able to bring plenty in our own fold because it not take much for make you start your business. It just take common sense for make you know how to buy, how to sell, and make the difference.
All right, okay. So that's the only general idea than the of importation. All right, okay. Now one go on for no. Sierra Leone, we don't see, say, of late now, people are going into business, all in the name say, I want for get million self-profit and try for do certain things. So within the major imports we Sierra Leoneans them they do, most especially the one that we did in the business sector.
Yeah, this is now a discussion we'll even take to the state, or to the government. One, anything in this country, they say government. Anything in this country, they say government. We want to find a way. We want to put a program in place with certain tools that we don't get. So people that were able to do things for themselves, not their own community, where even government will interfere. For importation, you see, it not take much. Okay? It not take much. We just want for make the situation improve. Because for now, you see business very slow. Okay, business very slow. And early last year when this government just come to power, things have been very expensive. Certain things have been responsible for that. But we've been lucky for talk to the president at the time. We tell him all waiting at the challenges. And within a day or two, these are the president's way in action and unprecedented in this country. Within a day or two, honestly, the government don't take action. And try to solve the problem. Though things that may happen, but the finance minister may assure we say, regardless of what happened, then go battle them out and make sure say everything come to normal. Thank God today, then battle them out, everything come to normal. Just like of recent, this flower issue. I can always say that actions, are wonderful, fast. When this flower issue take place, like we experience, people can get for shot first, get for know what's happening and all that. The news, whether true or false, we then tell them, say, flower not there, immediately then take action. Okay, I think the decisiveness where they can take their actions should say, yeah, this is a responsible regime we forget confidence on. Now I make importation, the food for importation is foreign exchange. And foreign exchange, our advice all over across the board here, most especially to government, is that we forget a tag price. If they follow the foreign exchange as they go, then you find out, say, the surprising things where you can get where you say, custom go up. Custom go up, but tariff not go up. So you go ask, how custom go up, the tariff not go up? Simply because we are paying everything in dollars. We dey pay with duty in the value of $1. We dey pay leons, but in the value of $1. We dey pay shipping lines, leons, in the value of $1. We dey pay Bolloré, leons, in the value of $1. So you find out, say, everything we dey pay in US dollars. So when we talk about foreign exchange go up, is that you buy a product $5 yesterday, when dollar with so rate, then you go pay duty for that $5, maybe you pay $1,000. The same $5 you go pay today, because the rate different, then maybe you pay $150. You see, that's the difference we talk about. The rate they hit not only what they discuss, say, the money we'll get for pay suppliers. The money we'll get for pay suppliers, that's one penny challenge. But the most important challenge, now we own government, what they talk to say, please tag this dollar for 1 year, so that even if possible want put the price go up, if government don't tag and so, it will be very difficult to move.
So as we talk now, the country, within the highest commodity or goods where the country they import, where you see say it did na the market and it also they push faster.
Of course, in importation we get goods by category. You get essential commodities. These are things that you use every day. You can't avoid them. Okay? For Sierra Leone, things like rice. Okay? You're not able to avoid them.
So rice not the highest
yes, things like flour.
Okay.
You know they avoid them. Things like sugar, you know they avoid them. Things like onion, you know they avoid them. Things like oil, you know they avoid them. These are the 5 essential commodities in the country. But with concentration for indigenous business people, the concentration is mostly on textile and clothing. Buy crepe, buy t-shirt, fashion, you know. But gradually we will tell them to go to essential commodities if they want to redeem the trade sector in this country.
All right. Okay. In case you join me, the program is Sitting Inside Salone, and we look at the information activities and of the Sierra Leone Importers Association. We can look at the loopholes of imports and exports in the country. Alaji, the rates of importation and exportation, and the two, which one they higher and
I'll tell you, say Sierra Leone an import-driven economy.
So as it stands, we know the export nothing.
No, with the export, but maybe 5%. Exportation is very low. I mean, with the high grade exports we'll get now from coffee. Of course, the diamond pass if GGD already forgive you the statistics, but you know, say mining companies, they know they do well again, and that's caused a lot of strain on the economy. You know, say export the industries. They know they do much. Of course, I could say kudos to Sankada's Miller Group, Brewery. These are the NATSCO. These are the institutions where stand the challenge of time. Okay. Of course, Chanrai, you know, when you've been small, there's some soup called Chanrai today. It's just a history. We can get something like matches factories. You know, the whole industrial park way in Dana and Wellington being choked with industries. But today that's not the case. Now that's we they kindly ask the government for turn their attention back to industrialization, so that the industry will spread all over the country.
So which the exportation and the importation, which one will get more impact?
Now the importation. Importation.
So when
anybody who want to into business, now import the import. As I tell you, first we go Guinea and Liberia. Today, anybody who can say as small as 5,000, you get go in she kind of office. Alaji, I want to go China. I want you get 5,000. You know, we get for create room for them. Now that will get to group page. And all these are the magical take effect Ebola in this country since 2014 to 2016. You know, when you bring your small capital, we advise you say, okay, stay. We will send this money for you abroad. Then go buy your goods where you will sell and bring and come. Show you the time when you collect your goods. Then you go do your business. I mean, this is not how we sustain the Ebola. Where you see nothing else cash from where Ebola started, Ebola finish.
So now let me come into the challenges of because for any association or organization, one must get on a challenges them on the face.
Yeah.
Now let me look at the challenges them we on the face as an association, most especially where they deal with things them where they come out from foreign country and come inside and try to do business. What are some of the challenges them on the face?
One, for access to the product of itself. The level of doing business in Sierra Leone is not like other countries. Also, the big conglomerates, a company like CTC, BSB, these other big ones like Salman, Safco, Tajco, these are big companies. Maybe then can see here, you know. Now make the bigger you are, the lesser you spend, we can say. The smaller you are, the more you spend. We now get for travel. We get for buy with air tickets. At any time we want to buy our products, we get for go to China, we get for see the products for ourselves. Because we buy tiny things, you know. We get for go there. It's a challenge, you know. You look at the amount they spend, the hotel bills, the food they eat, and at times, the worst of it, you go to some hotel and reject you because of your passport. Because this passport now passport with other nationals and don't use for commit crime out there. You know, all in challenges we get before the product they come. And when the product they come, we get the freight forwarding companies. Two different companies they ship your goods. I mean, it's highly challenging. You go and think say, now this I get for spend. When the final loading list come, it's totally a different case.
So like as we talk right now, within the rates of getting your goods out from the key, with how the rates they as we talk right now.
The rates
is it that we they get an increase or they get a decrease?
No, there's always an increase in the US dollars. And as long as there's an increase as I tell you, the president will put the tariff down. They may take the tariff to 20% for certain goods, that's 100%, then they'll be able to put them down to 10%.
So what are the factors behind that?
Well, first I think when they come in, the government may need cash. And honestly, the tariff, not to be them in done, now the regime before this one, now they've been done vote on them, they increase the tariff for these essential commodities. Unfortunately for them, when this government kind of emit a fast month. So fast month, when prices go up and people in the fast, then just take and say, no, this regime not like Muslims. So you see the president get for call, we get for attend. He say, why this they happen? We get for tell and say, now because of this law, we then people are left. So he say, and that law, they will say, yes. He say, okay, I will pull them. You see, so it been taking time for Pulam. Maybe one Pulam in one day. We've been taking time for Pulam, carry on a parliament, do everything with them. But then Pulam at the end. So now make prices stabilize in the market.
Now make okay. All right. Mind you, yourself can be part of the program. The number is 078 330 167 078 330 167. Now let me look at we still try to dissect between these imports and exports. You don't tell me say the imports get more benefit than the exports.
No, it's higher than
it's higher. It's higher. Now the exportation, if Sierra Leone embark in exporting, we go back in exporting with goods like the companies like the African minerals wouldn't be there. Beg your pardon. We then be the exports this iron ore and also exports other goods them we like it creates huge impact na the world market, and that's the boost the economy. What do you think say go able for bring we back to those days? We go make we go back to that kind of boom where the economy be the boom.
For now, you see the world they grow. The world they grow with speed this time. There was a time in the world for make you get 1 billion people, it would take you 100 years. And now, for make you get 1 billion people, maybe it will take you 5 or 6 years. So the world is moving with rapid speed. And we get for go with this speed. It's good for get natural resources. But honestly, it's not good for rely on these natural resources. good for rely on a political sound country. A good for
But
we say the administrative, it just how I would say we get an administrative that is implementable.
But
That
one
is-
could say with natural resources are the major exports.
Yes, but me they say whether they are the major exports or not, me they say it's good for me to get natural resources, but it's not good for rely on them because they can fail you at times. Okay, like in the case of the mining companies, we all been done there, we all feel happy, they all just can't cut off at one moment, you know. But if you boost the way of doing business in the country, like helping most especially the indigenous Sierra Leoneans for them to grow, okay, like other countries do. I think when they say this, there was a leader in Africa, if we can carry you back way to 1984, there was a leader in Africa. I think he was the most illiterate leader by then, and that is the leader of Guinea at that time. When Sekou Touré been there, I think the man take over. The man able to look for certain amount of money and give certain people of his nationals. Okay, and then people here today, they are the richest guys in Guinea. He gave another guy, he said, you they bring rest. Okay, not only for getting the money, say you they bring rest. Where also tell and say now you they supply government rest. So the guy before they bring in rest, he gets a market. Again, first customer, when the most important customer.
Without the government.
When the government and pay on time. The other guy, like Salone, when he talk of oil, talk of gas, you see from this nationality, from the other Guinea, and one person they bring oil. And that guy was given $1 million at that time. And tell us, when you bring your fuel, the first customer is government. You see? And the guy grow. And I think this is a formula where anybody can use. This government can call in French, when are business people, when are indigenous Sierra Leoneans, and try see the wisdom to this tool where this guy will use, okay, and use the same tool. Make Sierra Leoneans going great. But today, when you look at Sierra Leoneans and their businesses, you always see small stores. And until I call one maybe, I don't know how I go reach two, you know. You only get BSB in this country, we grow. The rest, if you call them and get a descent, okay, like if you call CTC, whatever his status is in the country, he gets a descent, and he's of a Lebanese descent. Okay, when you call others, they all get descent. When this government goes sit down, remember the time where them in the go school and in the villages, where they walk 6 miles, okay, from the village to the school. Who's standing with Shidon today, then a Freetown occupied State House. Who's standing with Shidon and reflect their life at that time and try to make no other Pekino walk 6 miles for go school.
Okay.
You know, when them in small, them in senior, when you want buy pig milk, unless you buy them, now certain person of a foreign descent. Okay, today we try for change that. Who's will come on board for help with let everything be Sierra Leonean. Okay, let the what you call Sierra Leoneization flow. You know, whereas you will see the best businessman in the country in Sierra Leone, the richest man in the country. We still will be proud of this, like the Americans, like the Nigerians, like the other countries. You know, so these are some of the challenges that we will face.
Waiting are some of the things that we they make with small medium enterprises, not a boom to that kind of way. We are in, we say now we major exports the minerals, but like now the minerals don't cease. Yeah. But we get other things that we then they of benefit. What's the reason we they hold them?
Well, I can always tell the bankers, most especially membership Sierra Leone importers. I say, when you talk about Marks and Spencer, you talk about the global retail company, Walmart. You see, these are multi-billion-dollar companies. You call them multi-billion-dollar companies because they respect the company. But as you see, all the money that Western companies here they use, it comes from the bank. Okay. I say when the bank then said will come in, put them fear down, meet these indigenous business people, try to help them, let them business grow. Because government is your responsibility. Now for help with how we go get conglomerate from out there. Those big companies from America, Britain, Paris, Holland, these other countries, whose time government will able to make take a delegation here. We go meet them one day. We go form partnership because then one day they get all the tools needed for make a company grow.
All right, okay. Alaji, I'll go holiday. Now the time now 7:30. We go for the news summary. When we come back, we'll continue from Musa will stop, and also we will look at the increment of the dollar and the depreciation. Welcome back to the second half of the program. And in case you just joined me, you're listening to City at the Insai Salone, where they reach you live from Radio Mount Royal on FM 107.3. Today, we look at the formation and the relevance of the Sierra Leone Importers Association. I get inside this. I get at the studio, Alaji Alpha Tanu Jalo, we na the president for the association. We don't look at them challenges and same way. So we look at the general idea of importation and exportation. Welcome back to the second half, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay. We still look at this importation issue before we come to the rates of the foreign currency and to that of the loans. We now one of the key reasons we make the economy can boom or neither we can say it don't collapse actually. So now let we know is it that this we as it stands now we comfortable as a country, we comfortable with the manner in which we import we goods them comfortable, or is it that there are problems we need for solve or neither try for tackle wherein we will need government intervention?
At all times we need government intervention. You see, if you ask say if we're comfortable, we'll get for go with the growing times. You know, you do things also you get an option, but also option no day you do the only thing we available. And if you want practice in a salon, a very difficult one for get foreign exchange, even for pay suppliers. I think nowadays we sympathize with the big conglomerate then at the country. And for we, maybe it will sound small, you get you $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, you run away, go out there, go buy a goose on a 10, 15, 25 days inside one container on a branca. But you get people that will sign contracts with existing companies out there, then suppliers. The companies who maybe want to let this government go out and seek for make them get partnership with the tiny indigenous Sierra Leoneans. For make we able to import to this country, one, the aviation cost, the air ticket, it will be surprise to you, my brother, that we brothers and sisters get for struggle for me, first go Conakry for buying a ticket. Because ticket, you go see here, for example, 1,500, where the same ticket you go get in Guinea for 900. And $500 not too small money for a trip. You know, then we can ask, what's responsible for this? I think this is about time the government itself can inside and see why some of them here they happen. You see, for we shipping companies, we don't beg them, and the government itself don't join we for beg them, for making them shift the 3 days to 10 days because of the foreign exchange saga. You container they come, but you not get money or you're not able to get the foreign exchange for pay suppliers. And then can say 5 days you container for good demurrage. Then an extra cost on doing business. They make we lost much. But we don't beg them. Of course, the Minister of Trade, now one strong guy will get trade at heart, where they do everything for make trade go sweet in this country. This man passionately self not involved just for make then go put the 3 days to 10 days. And we they still continue for appeal to the shipping lines and to the shipping companies and do ya let them extend with free time to 10 days. Bolloré don't struggle hard for extending you to 5 days from 3 days. Government still ask them for extending to 7 days. But do we they ask the shipping line? Because now them bring the property, not to other person. So because now them bring her, they know all way to pass how long this thing done in our time before they reach we. So we would ask them for make them send them for 10 days because the struggle is heavy. The reason is not that we not get money for pay, not that we not can pull out in 5 days, but before that all that time we continue spend, we the struggle for get to foreign exchange for pay with suppliers before we get with bill of loading.
That drew me to the other question. The manner in which people can get the goods, most especially in the key, wherein then they look at and say the amount we then they pay for just offload, maybe something like a container will not even reach 40 feet, can high. So that's not the reason that we make then can come and put a price, or the price skyrockets at the market. We see say we you know see on not see as an association, on not see say paying this said amounts na the key go affect the market, and because it affects the market, make things and they become hard and the economy not a boom.
If you say the price with the associated charges where we can pay, I will start say we importers, we not get extra cost of product. Waiting at the cost of this product. When you put the amount to buy the product, when you put the insurance, then you put the freight, you put the duties that we pay, and all the associated charges, then the overhead with salaries, with office space, the warehouse, the outlet who they sell, we'll put them together and end at the cost of the product. And for any time when tier go up, the price have they go up. But you get certain products where on there for years, Usami involved passionately, and that is stationaries. Very difficult for make you see them follow the dollar. Very, very difficult, because that na me own field. Okay? You find out that even at this time where dollar they go up, we they ask some people for do sacrifice. I mean, whether you get for do the corporate responsibility, that money they now inquire to you customer. Like I would say, all the money where AfriCell can spend on games, on winners, on this, let you just put them back na the tariff, so that the tariff will be cheaper. So that the common man self go able to buy credit. Now that now we own style who they use. Now me own sexual specialized, and that is stationaries, office equipment, and office furnitures.
Now the dollar. Let me look at the rise of the dollar. Within the factor or the factors them really behind the rising of the dollar. We like sometimes 2-3 months you say so amounts don't hard.
Supply and demand. Supply. You see. Like, we how we start. The exporting community in Salone is too small. Of course, I make even the association very difficult for see. Now, me back in the morning for answering questions. It's very minute. I think, I don't know if government will intervene and draw policies where will bring an export-friendly policy so that people can go join the export industry. For now, it's too small. And the market out there, Sierra Leone importation, waiting do it take this space now because we volunteer ourselves for go out there, create the avenue, bring the tool, and that is we'll go to any country where they not invite you there. And for make them invite you, then therefore know you first. So now in the reason where we've been go establish in China, we establish in Dubai. Of course, we get office in London, but we not done it. Yeah, for make we allow Sierra Leoneans to go out there, explore, and see. And honestly, the great work in this government is certain countries today, you have visa on destination. And that is okay for we, because we they tour the world and see who's good for make Salome do business, because each and every country gets your own policy, and policy then can change.
So why the dollar the dollar itself can affect with local commodities them, like if you go na market, for example, you go your person go say the pepper, the abas, or let not call it abas because sometimes in the abas na come then they count them like pepper. In them normal way we can able for process for ourselves inside.
Yeah, this is
why the dollar self can affect
yes, now the circle of life. If governments will get in state go calculate in charges, in taxes, in dollars, then convert them to leons, then will pay. You don't go blame the common man from the village. Where this man, where don't can sell the pepper. Because not to pepper no more go eat. They get for buy other things. And all the things that we buy affected by this same excuse. So Insai will use them as an excuse. Hey, I mean, for selling me pepper 5 leon, but now I will sell and 10 leon because why I don't I get for can buy one shoes for me picking to you, and you know say you pay dollar, you pay all entire. I get for able buy and for no able buy and then useless for make a can. I think these are the effects.
But one go say that's for affecting the foreign trade because now them get for deal with the exchange rates wherein if you go buy na China like you say or you go buy na Dubai, you get for deal with dollars not in leons but like in this going to the provinces go get me 1 bag or 2 bag pepper I just get for paying leons. So why is it that when I come na Dove Court then for can tell me say because I buy the pepper 2,000 or 3,000 because of the dollar?
Well, maybe not excuse them, friend, but law we look at, in business, most especially agro-business, we mention, so many things are involved. We're lacking where we want the government to intervene. One, you get the producers. These are the farmers that will plant them crops. Then for create the chain, okay, where you get the processors. And these people are absent, totally absent in the country. The Porsche where plant in Casada, now the toot in Casada can road. The businessman where they can sell the Casada, now they go on that road, they go buy the Casada, put on a truck. They're not processor. Okay? Bring and come. I think these are all the things involved. Imagine you say you go for go load the 1 bag Casada, the man they only tell you about petrol, they begin tell you about spare parts. Everything is just connected. You see, now them connection, yeah, we then save the look at. Why I come for can load me 1 bag Casada? What I get for do which you broke down, how spare parts don't there, how petrol don't there. I don't get charge me, and they charge me all things related to the excuse and the way they give me. So if myself come for cancel this product, I get for tell you say this man say spare part, this man say this, and all these are foreign exchange issues. So now the whole thing just mixed up. The advice me get here is, and that's one government for tag this dollar, okay?
To waiting.
To a price.
Okay.
You get other countries. Of course, as you did at the studio, you've been hearing the war between China and America. Yeah. America say China manipulating in currency. The reason is, there was a time where we in China, the rate was okay, 9 something at that time, 2004, 5, Then the Americans, of course, these are talented people. They find a way for make the yen go gain value. The yen can take 6.1. 9, the final say, if I've been to pay somebody 9 yen, now the yen don't can 6, that time the yen have been 9 point something. Now the yen don't can 6.1. Then that portion you have been to pay 9 yen when have been 9 yen no more. Now the 9 yen when have been $1, the 9 yen will be $1.50. So China have been quick for pick that. They say, no. It means my salary get for be expensive. My goods and get for be expensive because goods with them they sell 10 yen now don't be $1.60. So in agree. So it's our government intervene. But we are maybe, one thing I can say is, I can always tell government, when we ready for go buy na China, we ready for go buy any country, now the dollar will care na that country. And in fact, the country can reject and say, I should go to a bank or a financial institution for change. But we are, all the people in this with small export industry will get. All the people that will export things from this country, none they bring in dollar back in this country.
So they can just left and they...
No, we don't know. We don't know how they use them. But none they bring in dollar back to this country. But if this government, when they ask for people and we elect this country, we for sit down with, we get critical thinking as to how to move from this thing. If they call we sit on a forum, we get plenty things where we forget and plenty information we forget and we don't go find the tools them for
So waiting at the some of them tools them they. Within some of the tools them we are when I go able una as an association where they deal with exports and imports. Within some of the tools them we
one a common for make we get a list of all exporters. Then we for know what they export. Then we for see the value of that export they reflect on the country. Okay? Like take for instance, if I want to pay my supplier in a certain country, I get for put this money in a my own bank, authorize and for pay the invoice, not that country they in bank.
Okay.
So the money rich. Okay? This now small pan tool they tell you, but it's like this country, nobody not ready yet for make it get concern as to how this country for grow. Okay? When we get them people, and then we sit down with them colleagues, people, and we want let salon grow. Map out things and where they work, we go make the economy wake up.
Now, the potential of getting things we self go able for export and try for CCA, we say boom or boost we own industry. We get that potential.
Yes. Of course, I think just the 18th of February, you see a strike now for flour, if I'm correct. Then, of course, you see the amount of cassava that we waste. Okay? And we need what you call flour wheat for can make flour in a salon. Where the flour what would they use, we don't know what it take make ourselves. How many percentage of cassava they how many percentage? We don't know. All we know, we need this flour for cake, we need this flour for this. We're not even going to the institutions for go see how they make this flour, waiting. And we should say, we get the things in there. Okay? Bottle factory. 80% of bottle manufacturing is sand. And I think we get an eye. We get enough raw material in there. Now the know-how, now they we want forget a government where they involve. Because the capital, some of the initiative they are capital intensive. But if government can inside, then we go see how we go access the seed capital so that we will start some of them here. We get like Tumabom, other areas, we get fertilizer now for agriculture. But what is holding us up? You know, we get our mentality, anything you want to do now, government, anything. Who's then government will come in for help empower the indigenous, me emphasis on indigenous people. Okay, the indigenous, you and myself. Who's then will come, it will empower. We give it the knowledge, we get for be strong for we for take care of certain things, we will not go call them. Okay, these are the way they move economy forward.
Smuggle importation.
What?
Smuggle importation, where people can, like, most especially with food commodities. Then,
yeah.
Like, you see instances like this one and called the Walares or Wafres. People can tend for can go to other country them instead of them Kautam na free tongue for cancel. You don't think say that back now is challenge for the economy for go down? You don't think so? Because if you what you grow, you take them, you go sell them other
the
side.
The most certain thing, one, as a Sierra Leonean, I can always say we special. Because Alpha Tano Jallo, as president of Sierra Leone Importers, had left me business. Had left all which I had to do for attend to the needs of people. I not get time for that. It can be 3 in the morning. It can be 12 in the night. It can be 2 in the day. As long as my fellow Sierra Leonean gets problem, are ready for good day.
Okay.
We need people with short attitude, you know, for liberate this country from Usai Day. As I tell you again, the president been determined, but maybe you not get the correct lieutenants there, where they work with them for make. If you want to go with speed, but I think then they hold them down. Honestly, like we get the potentials in there, we get the raw material. Take for rice. If you want to be serious in rice, you know, you get things the way they use. Not to the farmer they selling rice. All this rice imported from elsewhere. It's not from a farmer.
But some can say that because they don't get government support.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Now, how did they do an up yonder? One, we done the import rice for all these years. Government is still empowering people and they, and as long as this person, regardless of who they be, as long as not to ya him born. Okay? First thing is the export in profit. Okay? Now that's where the big say, the local content, now put some seriousness in them. Not so only for employment, as local content they say. Not so only for go for bidding, as local content they say. How you for empower, capacitate, make the man get the know-how. For no say, yeah, I live in a fertile land, I for use this. Let me come back to rice. Rice. The rice what they import for Insai Salone. Now rice what they get from a variety of farmers, maybe 1,000, maybe 500, maybe 600 farms. This, the man where they do the rice business, where now you get the processing plants. Now, in they go out, you get rice organizations, you get individual farmers. They gather the rice at the harvest season. Okay, put all these rice together and process them. That's lacking in this country. The man self will get in small rice, instead one profit for them, because now one time they get them for the year. They farm twice. Okay, so again for look say better. And reports don't tell we. One shocking report will come out.
Okay.
Say then charge NRA for reports trillion. Okay, a trillion, is it? Leons, yes, leons. Okay, I think 3 trillion leons. Then the amount of things that were in the smuggle, both in and out of the same period, is 3.6 trillion. So when you sit down, how you work that? I said they when they read that particular report, I sit down, I look myself as a Sierra Leonean. Then the government did, then you read and get them. Okay, then get the report. What did they don't do? From that, I think they just take, as the man carry down, take and go put and down. What did they don't do now? Then porous borders and they for make sure say they secure this 3.6 trillion when in effect for trillion now NRA. So it don't go 6.6 trillion. Okay, when me and you for live happy, you know, for the suffer too much, maybe tax will come down. That not happen yet. And until that happen, let them take the initiative. Take all what's in this report say. Check all these areas and see who side the export rice. My position go to the same way. When you export, let this foreign exchange reflect your own bank account. So that they will use this for feed another institution where they bring more product to this country. And for the local people, as you talk about the foreign exchange, law will help for empower with local farmers. Not on one product, cassava, so many of them. Then with farmers like we now, we are poor people that will not get the influence for travel, or they struggle for visas. But we get people that when are read books then get. Okay, when I need a struggle like Alpha Tanu. If I want to go anywhere, just now get for go apply na the embassy, go na the consul, tell me all type of things. I get for BRM, tell me what I for do, what I not for do. If I qualify, you give me the visa. Okay, we get guys then they in governance. And this is an important thing. Now the most important thing this way for them in governance. Okay. You get a red book when you struggle like how we struggle for doing importation. Go out there. Look at these farmers. Look at your own farmers. What your own farmer lack, now they know how. You meet these farmers, make a joint venture. I think this now what Muhammad Yunus been doing in Bangladesh. Okay? Look for this big corporation. Bring them in your country. Introduce your friends. Me I can always now make I can losses in politics. When president go, I don't ever tell president say me. I can always tell president, you know sabi me. What this your friend you sabi. So do this for this your friend, it's good for the country. Okay? So that's Alpha Tano. Please let them look at their friends they wouldn't trust. Let them put them in partnership with these big companies out there. Then company, then get all it takes for a company to grow. Then get the staff, then get the technical expertise, then get the administrative arrangement. Quick. If we don't meet Alpha Tano, like I not get money, so within 1 or 2 years, the life will change and life of so many people in the country. I think so for they will take Sierra Leone out there. To the outside business, we get everything we take. So that then business here we can do business and salon. And salon will grow. Then I want number 2, please in business, businessman and businessman, not to politician at all. Okay? For demoralize business houses when new administration can have power, in order to help the business community. It will make the business, most especially our foreign direct investors, then go afraid. Okay, when you come, the man where they do the business, we don't there for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, then you just can't say this not so, this not so, this not so, and try for muscle in business. Then the other people where they see out there, they will say, it's not a serious country. If I go there myself, that's what they do me. If administration changes, that's what they do me. I think these are things that want to go move Salone forward. Sierra Leone, the time for do ala for kind of power a day. The time for vote a day. But when you don't kind of power, now you responsible for the whole state. Now you responsible for the trees.
Okay.
Now you responsible for the frogs, the dogs. Now no more stone dog now I go free, no get police for fed for her. But law leader no say now irresponsible for all them things here. And law no call Motalma again. Now irresponsible for we all and we all equal to you. But for make this country go, you not sabi we, you not trust we. So left we. Go for the people that we sabi, go for the people that we trust, bring these big companies, let them work in partnership for move this country forward. The tax na they left.
Okay. All right, okay. The president of the Sierra Leone Importers Association, Alaji Alpha Tano Jallo. We will on the look inside the information and the relevance of the association. And same way, so we also look at the loopholes of imports and exports in the country, and talk lengthily about the exchange rate in the country. Well, I will go in the inbox and see some message. This one they say, I trust in doing business. They say because business gives a lot of profits than any other thing else. It comes from anonymous texter, and this other one they say, if we are really serious as a nation, we need to embark in exportation. Say exportation gives more credence to the economy than importation. You say because our goods will be valued in the world markets because they are okay. This one no complete. It comes from Sule Nagasville, and this other one they says, I have an idea. I have got an idea in exportation this night. He say thanks to the studio guest. Well, now that we get inside the inbox, we not get plenty time again. We go Alaji. So, whose word way you go give most especially when it comes to the dollar in depreciate one way the dollar in increase one and the leons in depreciate one.
Yeah, what should they say? Leons now with currency, and this now currency where for respect now all levels. And what should they say with the appeal to government? May position remain the same for over 14 years now. That please, government peg with dollar. You can peg on January. Say now this are the rate. Mm-hmm. Of course we don't peg and so the guys themselves now street they afraid. Anybody who wants sell in dollar they afraid. Okay. So this price could stay for some time. But for left and let flow freely. I don't think it's good for the country. I would expect more depreciation if we left and let it flow freely and government not intervene. Not to forget the pump money in the economy.
All right.
If they pump money in the economy, you get them from somewhere before you can pump them. But if you not get them from somewhere, it's difficult.
All right, plenty thank you to you, Alaji Alpha Tanu Jallo. Where you make them up, and then I want to say plenty thank you to my studio operator Ibrahim Zoman Kamara. Well, now also City and Inside Salone go left you in case you miss parts or the whole program. Listen tomorrow after the 12 o'clock noon for the repeat. May don't bring the program come to you. My name is Sidiki Fofana. Tata.
CTN News, debate and information every day.